character plan to go with the chief advisor, and he's also going to bring along his student when he goes to make that deal with the other territory. The prefect has finally realized, thanks to the help of the chief advisor, that the main character basically has them in his grasp, and he can do whatever he wants with them whenever he wants. And honestly, he doesn't really care because the main character has done so much for them, and if he gets this deal done, that is another thing he's done for them. So he's like, if he wants my title as prefect, he can have it. I'll just willingly give it to him because he's done so much for us. When the Ballad arrives to the supply base, he starts arguing with the supply squadron general for not doing anything. Like, they had the enemy literally knocking on their doors, and this dude is not doing anything. And the dude's like, we just do the supplies. It's not like we can actually fight. You want us to fight and risk everything? Why don't we just run off to a next space and let these people have it? They already took the 3rd sand bay camp. And the Ballad's like, no, we're not running. We're fighting. And he wins the argument. The Ballad's like, we're going to do a sneak attack against the enemy who has stolen the 3rd sand camp from us and get it back. And everyone's like, are you sure? And he's like, yes, I'm sure, and we're going to do it. And they do it. And they win the fight because the son of the great leader of the 8 great tribes got a little too excited and a little too hot-headed that he didn't even listen to his advisor when the advisor's like, this is an obvious trap. You're gonna get yourself killed. You're gonna get this base taken from you. And the dude's like, no, I can do what I want. I'm gonna win this. They barely got anybody to fight. And they're a supply squadron. They won't be actually able to win against me. Nope, he loses it and gets his head chopped literally off. And the Ballad takes the base back. And anyone that was willing to fight for the son of the great leader of the 8 great tribes basically backed down and let them have it because they're like, oh, our leader's dead, we're not going to fight anymore. The Ballad does not get great news from his father. So his father sends a letter, tells him to back off and stay in his place. Stay in the supply squadron base and stay there. Do not move, don't go anywhere. He's now the new general. So basically, the old general got his position stripped from him and handed over to the Ballad. The Ballad was hoping to get the 3rd sand camp. But nope, he didn't get that, even though he was the one who won it back. And he's kind of furious because he could use that base to give himself fights and honor and acknowledgement. But nope, he's stuck at the supply squadron base. While another general, the general who helped save the middle guard's life, gets it. And also, the Ballad loses the men who he brought with him. So yeah, he's not having a great time and he's kind of pissed over it, and I don't blame him. I'm wondering why his dad did it. Did his dad do it to protect the Ballad? Even when the main character finds out, the main character makes a question, is the Ballad even his father's real child? The dude just randomly pick up the Ballad somewhere and just took him in and been raising him a little bit. The main character's student, and the chief advisor arrives to the other territory, the other location, and they meet up with the 2nd prefect. The chief advisor went first because he and the 2nd prefect was students under the same teacher. So he has a bond and a relationship with this person. Also, the more you read into their relationship, you realize that this is old man Yowie. This is full-on old man Yowie going on between the 2nd prefect and the chief advisor, except the chief advisor chose to stay loyal and never get married, while the 2nd prefect took a wife and 14 concubines. So yeah, and one of these concubines is the younger sister and practical daughter to the 2nd prefect's backer, who is a bandit who was once known as a hero that stole from the rich and gave to the poor, but now is one of those monsters that he used to steal from. Yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, the chief advisor goes to talk with him. He denies them, and so the main character has to use a trick to meet up with him and have a conversation with him. So the main character tells the second prefect to use underhanded tricks to take down the backer. And one of these first tricks is so there's hate and discord towards this man because, again, this man has become the monster he once hated. He also has the backing of the Yan clan, and most of his actions is also because he's doing what the Yan clan wants and helping the Yan clan stay very rich and influential. While the common people are starving themselves and selling themselves and barely can even make a money out of selling themselves. The only people who profit from the people selling themselves are the people who sells them. It's a bad situation. It is a messy, horrible situation. Like, it is disgusting. But yeah, so the main character is like, oh, there's hate and discord going around. Tell the backer that the hatred and scorn that's coming from is the smaller, younger gangs. And so his attention will be on to basically smashing those gangs. So the guy does it. And the backer does go around, start smashing the smaller gangs. But at the same time, he turns around and lowers the prices on food. Not by much, but just by a little margin. Now remember, the main character is there to make a deal between the territories, specifically a rice deal, a food deal. So the main character is like, we're going to make this guy keep lowering and lowering the prices. So the main character opens a stall and he starts selling food. And as time goes on, he keeps lowering the prices of food, forcing this dude to lower his price. This causes the backer to get so furious and so pissed that he sends men to try to take down the little shop the main character made. Because at this point, the main character is literally just handing out food for charity. And it has gotten many bandits, normal civilians coming to the main character for food. And let's just say, when a poor pregnant woman gets dragged by these bandits and when the main character gets injured, because the main character kind of injures himself during the whole scourge, the people finally turn against the backer. Full on turns against him. The second prefect and the chief advisor had gone to the backer's home with a group of rebelliers to take down the home, take his place away. This causes the chief advisor's 14th concubine, who is the sister of the backer, to kill herself. And finally, the dude stops and just lets himself be killed. Yes, it is a whole thing. Parts of me wanted to make sure I got it right to the point I was literally writing it down. If you can see, I was writing it down. My handwriting's terrible, but I was writing it down to make sure I was getting all this information. So there's a very cute moment of them sending each other stuff, and I need to talk about it. I have to. So the male lead sends the main character milk and tea leaves because he wants them both eating good things together, even if he's not by the main character's side. But sadly, the milk does spoil, but the main character understands what the male lead meant. And so he sends the male lead his clothes that has his scent on it and tells his man to do whatever he wants with the clothes. And that he misses his man in their bed and wishes his man was holding him because he can't sleep. And I'm like, you little fixin', you little harlot, oh my God, boy, oh, like, I was kicking my feet when I was reading that. I was like, so shameless. My dog jumped when I was starting to squeal because I freaked her out so much. It was just so perfect.